Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and that is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. And these are my leftover colors from the two paintings I just did, and they are beautiful, and hopefully they come out even vaguely as beautiful. So my plan is to use some satin enamel in the end, but not in the beginning. I'm going to use my black that's half Artist Loft, half latex semi-gloss from Walmart, right in the middle. And hopefully this smaller OXO omelet turning spatula will work just fine to do what I have in mind, which is to pull the paint across most of the corners. I'm not going to worry about my edges because I really like to be able to hold on to the canvas. And the other spatulas are in the bucket, so I really don't have a choice. I just uploaded my 14 by 14 inch Wowie swipe, and I'm still pretty excited about the whole prospect of using the satin enamels in the most minuscule way to get really magnificent results without having to go through all the trouble of all kinds of new containers and mixing all kinds of new paint and catalyst, cell catalyst and stuff. The enamel seems to me to be a really good cell catalyst. So if you don't feel like you're going to be able to afford the blooming techniques, I definitely recommend that you try to find some folk art or some deco art Americana gloss or semi-gloss enamel paint and use it in the most minimal way possible, and without any silicone in your artwork, you are going to be able to make some incredible, beautiful, cell popping, amaze your friends amazing patterns in your artworks. And maybe the chance of selling it is totally like right there too. So what I'm thinking is, if I spread this paint far enough, and I am spreading it further than I anticipated, which is fine, I'm going to clean off my spatula, and I'm going to sacrifice, yes, some of the white gloss enamel from folk art right down the middle. See how far I can make it go. I'm not much on pouring big pillows of paint. I know that that's the done thing for the blooms, but I don't think that we should have to do that. I really don't. It's not that it's a bad thing. I'm not a paint waster much, and the results they're getting are amazing, just fantastic. And there's no doubt that I'm going to do it and that I want to do it, but I would love to do something as an alternative for people who can't necessarily go to the, spend an extra $300 to get the polyacrylic or the let's not mention any names, or the beautiful shimmering mica pigments from a very popular brand that all my compatriots are investing in. And some of them are probably getting them for not much, for not a lot, but I'm just going to keep giving myself enough of this paint so that I can get a little closer to the edge of that black. But I still want a certain amount of pillow. There are my tweezers. I keep them around for a reason. Now, cross your fingers for me, would ya? Eek. Because I didn't want to waste this paint, and I am going to use Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. And I really do think, if I'm lucky, I won't have to waste this paint. And it was tremendously beautiful. So that's going in the bucket. I'm going to grab the other one, which is every bit as pretty. I've got plastic hanging off the bottom of my canvas. That's unusual. And now it's stuck to my hand. Alright, so there's a start. I've never done anything quite like this before, so bear with me while we figure it out together. And I suspect that the white enamel in the center is going to help move the paint I added. I'm not gonna muddy that up too much more, and I really like some of the colors that I haven't got in there that I see. And I think what I want is to give myself some permission to use the colors I like. and see what happens. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab an edge catcher, which is nothing more than a cut piece of acetate plastic, like this one, or what's left of this one. It came out of a 16 by 20 inch value pack of canvases from Michaels. Now I need one of those, and I have one down here. Do I have one? Yes, I do. They do stick. Okay, well, I'm not getting I'm not getting the size I'm looking for, but I am going to go ahead and use that right on my turntable. And I did not want to waste this paint, so spreading it around is going to make me happy. Going to be quiet for a minute. I had a feeling that the white negative space might be really nice if I gave myself a chance to find it or to have it. I'm not sure about the paint that I spread on the black that wasn't the satin enamel, as far as what that might do. I did figure that the black I was using would be potentially a good catalyst. I do have basting brushes and chain. I can absolutely spread more paint, and I think what I want to do really is take some of this satin enamel, gloss enamel from Folk Art, and use it back in the picture and experiment with what happens when I go round and round, because basically at this point I don't have that much canvas left showing, but I also haven't lost too much paint off of it either. So I've got these two spots over here, and that's reason enough to experiment. And my experiment is, I always need the white. Whatever white it is, I use with this purple that's a multi-surface purple from Folk Art, multi-surface acrylic. And no, I didn't really want big purple eyeballs. I'm going to keep going with that. I'm also going to, because I love how the gold turns out, I'm going to use some gold, touch it up. I've got some really nice, just abstract shapes going there. I'll let that fall right over. I don't have that much left, like I said, to cover. And I'm just playing with tipping, because I can. Letting things go where they want, and I'm going to enjoy the effect, whatever it happens to turn out to be. I want some more black. And what I've been doing lately is just using the heaviness of the fresh paint I add to allow it to move where I want it to go. I do use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paint mixtures, which means that instead of it cracking when it's left heavy, that I get to have the pattern stay. So I'm here, you're here, and I've got a straw. And it's time to experiment a little bit. I see a little bit of canvas over here, so I'm going to give myself permission to just now, if I'd held a little bit of that paint back, it probably would not have been the end of the world, because then I would have it to touch up something like this. But I can also just indulge my need for using a spatula anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. And I'm going to cover that last remaining edge. And this is just really pretty. I don't know how many of my edges need to be covered, and I don't know what will happen if I choose to drag too many things through here. Now, if this sets up a little bit, I could probably put a balloon in pretty easily and happily, but I'm just not convinced that I need it yet. I am so not done experimenting with the acrylic enamels, because they are fabulous. just letting sort of a paint schmutzed up, dried on bamboo skewer become part of a tool. And really curious about playing with some other things. I've got 6 minutes left, and I don't know for sure that I really need to have brighter colors in here, or even if they're going to work well that way. I'm going to use the residual of that. Actually, I need more. I'm going to take a little gold and put it right on that skewer and bring it down. And you know, I've got all that white, and I really just love this color. So let's see what happens when I give myself permission to just get right in there. Get stuck in, as they would say in England. Let's get stuck in. I kind of want to blow on these places that I see that there must be some color hiding underneath. I thought I was going to do something with that, but I'm not sure I am right now. I kind of like the squiggle. And I haven't dotted anything for a while. I think what I really want is to take a little more satin enamel and put it right there. I'm dying to find out what Shane's going to do to this, but I did use a little bit of chain in my last video, so I've got some nice balance going on, and I need, whoops, catching my painting underneath my object over there. The standard for my camera. I'm going to put a little black right around the edge so it gets covered right now. And I'm hesitant about torching because once I do, the paint will be firmed up and it won't be as forgiving as it is right now, but I want to do it. Oh no! So let's just use the straw first, and then maybe some chain. I'm looking for colors. Because I want to see what they'll do. And making shapes is cool too. Yes, I like making shapes. And I love this turquoise from Color Shift, from Folk Art. It's a color shift. I'm not sure I love that as much as I was hoping I would, but that's okay. Why don't I give myself permission to do something fun and funky? Now don't get me wrong, I really liked what I had. I just need to play. That's my MO. I need to play. That's all there is to it. And I have 2 minutes left. So if I start now, forgive me, I do sell my artwork by telling you what I need to tell you. I give lessons at the house in Spring Hill, in the studio. January's booked, which is good. I don't take more than one student in a week. And classes haven't started yet, and it's already the 12th, but it's going to be a good end of the month, which is a good thing because my my revenue from YouTube is down by 2/3, and that's not helpful to keep me here. Which reminds me, if you want to keep me here, just watch the videos longer, and that tells the YouTube algorithm that I'm worth placing in more places where more people can find me. Hey, thank you for 85,000 subscribers. I'm very tempted by my little dot pull pattern. Gotta not put my paint in my way though. That seems like a lot of white to me right now. And I could put other colors in there. I could also swipe things out, which would probably be pretty cool. I believe the satin will probably swallow a few things. And yes, I did, and now I'm happier. I might put a little more turquoise in there too. There, I'm getting much happier. Although I tend to want orange with turquoise and purple, don't ask me why. It's a thing with me. I feel like I could tilt this a lot more right now. Yes, I just want to play and experiment constantly. And I'm almost done, and I hope I don't pick that straw up again, because if I do, it'll probably have paint on it. So what other colors do I think I need? I am not sure at this point. Something. And I've got 2 minutes left to figure it out. And it's not bothering me that much, but I'm really contemplating whether I'm going to do that orange or not. And every time I drag a skewer through something, the chances of me making cells increases exponentially. So the temptation is not being ignored. And I unearth all kinds of colors. I don't know if they'll stay or not, because the white satin and the white enamel gloss or satin swallows things very, very well. Be nice if it would swallow that. Right there, which is not making me super happy. But maybe it will in a minute. All right, it's time to pull out the orange. See how I feel about it. And I have a color I prefer. I don't want this to go to part 2. And I don't think it needs to get any busier. And the color that I want is right here. And it's an iridescent from Modern Masters. That I really never get tired of. Well, it's an almost for me. I'm not certain that I'm as super excited as I was when I started. And I've got a minute left to figure that out. And I don't know if I will or not. It makes me want to tilt. And I've got a whole lot of paint in my way. And if I tilt, that will be okay. I just need to find the, there it is, the sheet of acetate that I had standing by for just such an emergency. You know what? I figured it out. I know what color I want. And if it had come out, it'd be even better. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying thank you for joining me. Thank you for 85,000 of you. If you watch the videos longer, you help me stay on YouTube. I appreciate that. If you shop the Amazon link, you help me pay for art supplies at no added cost to you. Thank you very much for that too. I love you guys. I hope you come again. There's lists of created playlists of videos on my channel and a place to donate $10 if you want to be in the monthly drawing. And you can see what the prizes are on the end screens of any video. You guys take care. I will see you soon. This will be almost the same, but probably not exactly.